Have you ever calmly disagreed with someone and suddenly they made your reaction the problem? You say, "I don't think that's what we agreed to." And they sigh, look around the room, then say, "Why are you being so difficult?" Now everything changes. A second ago, you were discussing the issue. Now, you're defending your personality. "I'm not being difficult. I'm just trying to explain. That's not what I meant." And without realizing it, you've left the original conversation. That shift matters. Because sometimes calling you difficult isn't a description. It's pressure. Pressure to stop questioning, stop disagreeing, stop holding the boundary. And the trap is that the more desperately you prove you're reasonable, the easier it becomes to make you look unreasonable. So what do? Don't defend the label. Return to the behavior. Instead of saying, "I'm not being difficult," try, "I'm asking about the original issue." That sentence does something powerful. It refuses the new argument. You don't debate whether you're difficult. You don't attack them. You simply return the conversation to what was actually happening. Imagine a coworker changes a deadline without telling you. You say, "I need to understand why this changed." They respond, "This is exactly what I mean." Everything becomes a problem with you. Feel the pull. Your mind immediately wants to search through your entire history. Do people think I complained too much? Was my tone wrong? Am I making this bigger than it is? Now the deadline has disappeared. You're defending your character. This is where Stoicism becomes practical. Epictetus taught that we should examine our impressions before accepting them. Someone gives you a label. That does not mean you have to pick it up. Pause. Look at what actually happened. Did you insult them? Did you lose control? Did you create unnecessary conflict? Or did you simply ask a question they didn't want to answer? Those are not the same thing. And calm people become harder to control when they stop confusing someone else's discomfort with evidence that they did something wrong. So use this simple 3-step reset. First, notice the label. Difficult, defensive, sensitive, negative, uncooperative. Second, find the original issue. What were you discussing before your personality became the topic? Third, return to it calmly. We can discuss that separately. Right now, I'm asking about the deadline, or I'm comfortable discussing my tone. But first, can we answer the original question? Notice the difference. You're not refusing feedback. You're refusing substitution, because that's the hidden move. A question becomes a character flaw. A boundary becomes an attitude problem. A disagreement becomes proof that you're difficult. And once you see that shift, you don't have to follow it. Now, this doesn't mean everyone who calls you difficult is manipulating you. Sometimes we are difficult. Sometimes our tone is wrong. Sometimes feedback is accurate. Stoicism requires enough honesty to admit that. But healthy feedback can usually survive a return to specifics. If someone says, "You interrupted me 3 times," that's specific. You can examine it. But if every disagreement becomes, "You're impossible," that's different. One points to behavior. The other pressures identity. So the next time someone tries to make you look difficult, don't rush to prove you're easy. Ask yourself, what were we talking about before I became the topic? Then go back there, calmly. Because you don't have to become louder. You don't have to win the room. And you don't have to convince everyone that you're reasonable. Sometimes the strongest thing you can do is refuse to abandon the original issue, just because someone handed you a label. If this helped you see difficult conversations differently, subscribe. Every video is designed to help you protect your peace, think clearly under pressure, and become harder to control without becoming harder to be around. And watch why toxic people get uncomfortable when you stay calm next. Because once someone realizes a label won't move you, their reaction often changes.